Hello and welcome. I am so glad you're joining me for an amazing Monday to start your week full of inspiration, motivation, and getting clear on your goals for the week so that I can help you be set up for success and have a smashing, massive week. So thank you for joining us. And please type in your name on the chat next to the video on the right-hand side. Do you have a chat? So make sure that you type in your name and where are you watching from so that I can welcome you. I know Cynthia is watching all the way from San Francisco in the Bay Area. So if you are in Queensland, Australia, or some other parts of Australia, it's probably 6 a.m. for you as well, just like it is for me. And if you are watching from Asia, it's probably going to be a little bit early for you, like 4 in the morning. So if you are watching from Asia, thank you for your commitment. That is awesome. And if you are watching from Europe, then it's Sunday, like about 9, 10 p.m. If you're watching from South and North America, it's only Sunday afternoon. Pacific is 1 p.m., Eastern is 4 p.m., and if you're Central or South America, it's probably about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So whether you're watching on a Sunday, you're getting ready to start your week, and it's a good thing because that means tonight you're going to go to bed focused and center, and your subconscious is going to be working on those goals and plans for the week all night so that you can start your week really strong tomorrow. And if you're watching on Monday morning like I am, then even better because you're going to roll straight onto your week. Hopefully by now you've done a little bit of meditation, and if not, it's okay. We can do it here together. And hopefully you are going to be working from home like me so that you can be super centered on your goals. You may be already in the tram or driving to work if that's the case. If you're driving, just listen to me, don't watch. And if you're in the train or any sort of public transport, then that's fine. You can be watching me on your iPhone. If you're at the gym, that's fine. You can probably put your iPhone around your arm and you can be listening to me while you're getting pumped and ready to go. So wherever you are watching from, you are more than welcome, and I'm so excited to have you here. We have the beautiful Gosha watching all the way from Poland. We have the beautiful Cynthia watching all the way from San Francisco, and we have the wonderful Emily watching here from Australia. She's probably here in the Gold Coast, or she's jet setting somewhere around in Melbourne. We have the beautiful Jackie here and the beautiful Michelle as well. And hopefully you can hear me. Listen, if you're having any problems with the video or the audio here in Webinar Jam, jump onto Facebook because this is being transmitted onto Facebook Live as well. So you can watch it there. And in fact, you can click share. If you can see the video on your Facebook, please click share and share it on your profile, on your timeline, so that you can also help other ladies get inspired and motivated to start the week strong. Now, if you're watching for the first time, if you haven't met me in person, if you don't know who I am, then let me take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about myself and who I am and what I do and what gives me the right to do this, because you're probably going to be spending a few mornings with me because I'm going to be doing this every Monday morning or Sunday afternoon, depending where you're watching, so that we can start the week strong. My name is Sandra. I'm the CEO and founder of Amasssing.com. And that's Amasssing with triple S, and the triple S stands for a simplified success system. And it is for women. Amasssing, it's all about empowering women. It's about the mindset. It's about leadership, transformational leadership, so that you can take charge and control of your life and live your life by design and not just by coincidence. Instead of allowing life to happen to you, you can actually design it according to your goals and desires. Now, I'm originally from Mexico, if you're trying to guess my accent, although I've lived here in beautiful Australia for about 15 years. I was in Melbourne for about 12, and I've been in the beautiful Gold Coast, which, to be honest, not being biased, I do believe That is one of the most beautiful places in the world. San Diego is up there with Gold Coast, you know, beautiful weather, beautiful beaches, amazing lifestyle, because the weather allows you for an outdoors lifestyle. And I totally love living in this beautiful part of the world. And let me tell you that I have been here for a long time, but I don't get rid of my accent. So my accent is still there, in case you're wondering, although it's a little bit mixed, obviously, because I've been here for quite some time, but you can still hear the Spanish accent. Now, how did I start all this? Well, I'm the mother of two beautiful girls, Alana, who's 9, and Brianna, who is 6. They're still in bed right now. They know that on Mondays, mommy does this. So they get themselves up and they get dressed and ready for school. And then once I finish this, I go and give them breakfast. And then my friend comes to pick them up to take them to school. That's one of the things I love about my lifestyle that I have created by design. Being able to drive my kids to school, pick them up from school. And if you have any children, or if you know what I mean, please share it with us on the chat so that we can interact. Now, what happened is I used to live in Melbourne, and I used to work for Flights Unlimited, which is one of the biggest chains of travel agencies in Australia. And I was there for nearly 10 years managing some different teams and branches. And I absolutely love working for Flight Centre. I love my lifestyle that it provided. I loved traveling and leading teams. And I used to do exactly this with my teams. I used to get them into the shop, into the business early on Monday morning so that we could have a team meeting. And they weren't allowed to miss that one. They could have a day off any other day of the week. If they wanted Monday, they could have it off, but they still had to show up to our meetings, because it was my only chance to get my team together, to be able to inspire them and get them focused for the week, rather than, you know, walking through the door at 9 in the morning, dragging their feet through the door, exhausted, like, oh God, it's Monday. I used to like having them there nice and early. The bribe to get them there was that I would make them a beautiful Mexican breakfast, so that they loved it. They would get up and come to the meeting just so that they could eat the Mexican breakfast that I was making for them. So that's really cute. And then I would get them all focused, inspired, motivated. I would do some personal development that would help them in their personal lives, because of course the better their personal lives were, the better they would perform for work, for me at work. So it was a win-win situation. I used to do things from Jack Canfield. I used to teach him, and from Louise Hay, and you know, anything that I was going through myself, I would come and teach it to them. And then we would have our sales targets for the week and commit to daily targets, break it down into little chunks. And guess what? It made a huge difference, because we had the power of intention. Write it down. Grab your piece of paper and pen and start writing. Power of intention, super powerful. If you have no idea, if you're not clear on what you want, then how do you expect to achieve it? You have to start somewhere, and for that you need to be clear on what it is that you want to achieve and have the intention. So that's what we're going to be doing every Monday morning. Have an intention of what you would like to achieve by the end of the week, so that you're clear and you're directing your subconscious towards what you want. So I love my job. I had my babies, and after I had my second baby, Brianna, I started to feel a little lost. I didn't know if that was what I wanted to do anymore. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I kind of love having a great income and a great lifestyle, but it meant I couldn't be with my babies, or I could stay home with my babies, and it meant giving up my lifestyle. And I didn't want to do either or, because being from Mexico, living in Australia, which is really far away, I like going back to Mexico to see my family and my friends once or twice a year. So if I didn't have a lifestyle, I wouldn't be able to have all of that. And I don't have any family in Australia, so I didn't want my kids to miss out of that. I wanted my kids to grow up surrounded by family like I did, and be able to travel back to see their cousins and their uncles and their grandparents, etc. So it was a tough decision, because I was in a crossroads, you know, when you're in that point in your life where you don't know whether you should go right or left. And I was feeling a little lost. I was a bit empty, because I felt that I was running around for everyone else except for myself. I was getting up to, you know, prepare breakfast and bags for my kids and my husband at the time, and preparing for my meeting at work, and looking after my staff and my clients, and then I go back home to prepare dinner and bath my babies, and spend some time with my husband, etc. And so at the end of the day, I was empty. It was like, what's in it for me? I'm running around for everyone else except for myself. And you can probably relate to this. If you've been in a situation like that, please share it with us on the chat so that I can share it out loud with the other supportive and amazing women that are in this webcast with us. And so what happens is I was empty. I came across Anthony Robbins and I learned about the power of me time. So all of a sudden I started moving my alarm a little earlier. I would get up at 5 in the morning and I would have 1 hour of me time. Because at this time, my husband and my kids were still asleep. So I was able to do whatever I wanted. If it was winter, I would fill up my spa bath and I would jump in with some candles and a nice music and bubbles and just relax myself. And or I would sit on my beanbag in front of my fireplace and read a book, or I would just sit on the kitchen bench with a nice hot drink and perhaps get in touch through Facebook with my friends and my family in Mexico, or I would just do some exercise or go to an exercise class or whatever it was. I used to just do whatever I felt like in the moment. I'm going to move my Facebook live camera on this side because otherwise I feel like I'm not giving you any eye contact. So I'm going to put it in a different place so that I can see you, because I've got 3 cameras happening over here. There you go. So I apologize for the multitasking over here, but I just want to make sure I'm giving eye contact to all of the cameras here so that whether you're watching on the webcast or on Facebook Live, so that you can have eye contact with me and we can connect, because my eyes are the windows to my soul, and that's why I'm looking at you so that we can connect. So going on with this story, I would do me time and it totally changed my life. All of a sudden I went from feeling empty and unfulfilled to doing what it was good for me first, filling up my bucket first. Just like in the airplane when they ask you to put your life vest, your life jacket on first before you help anyone else. It was the same here. I needed to take care of me and my needs first in order to be a better mom, a better wife, and a better boss at work and take care of my clients better. So that's exactly what I did. Now, after that, what happened for me is that I had to take, because I didn't have any family here. The father of my babies is from England, so all of his family was in England, all of mine in Mexico, and it was just us. So in order for me to continue to work, after I took a year off with both my babies, maternity leave, very blessed in Australia that we're allowed to take that time off and still keep our jobs. And so I had to take him to childcare, which it totally broke my heart, because in Melbourne, the weather, as you probably know, you can have like 4 seasons in a day. So it's very unpredictable. It's cold for a long part of the year, probably 9 months. So I had to drag my babies out of bed really early in the morning when it was still dark and cold, and they would be in tears and I would be in tears, and I would take them to childcare. And my little girl, Brianna, used to hold on to my lap and pull me and cry and say, "Mommy, don't leave me." And if you have kids, you can probably relate. It used to break my heart having to take her little hands off my lap to go to work. And I would go to work feeling miserable and guilty for leaving my babies and sad. And I would be just craving time with them all day. And by the time I finish work, it's again already late in the day. It's already dark. It's already cold again. And there I go back to pick up my babies, to take them home, bath them, feed them, and put them in bed, to do the same thing the next day. It was heartbreaking, and I didn't want to continue that lifestyle. I had been at my job for nearly 10 years. I was really good at what I did. I loved it, but it didn't suit my lifestyle anymore. Because being a business manager meant that if my staff called in sick, that if we had expos on the weekends, late nights, and if we had a client stuck at the airport in the middle of the night, stranded, I was the one to get the call, and I was the one having to go and fix the situation. And so it didn't suit my lifestyle anymore. It was a very party and social oriented kind of business, which was so much fun before I had kids. But after that, I just wasn't into it. I was quite happy to have my early nights surrounded by my beautiful family. And so I had to make a decision, and it was so hard to think that you can have this or that. Why can we not have both? And the truth is, you can, and I'm going to show you how, because I did it. And that's why I want to share with you, because at the time when I was going on my journey of personal development and growing myself, I had all these wonderful people around me supporting me and helping me through my journey. And I am so grateful for that, that now it's my time to give back. And now I want to help others. So let me just type in the chat. Welcome, ladies. Let us know you're here. Okay, so engage with me, please. I want you to put in your name and let us know where you're watching this from. And if you're on Facebook Live, please go and share the video on your profile with your friends so that you can also help other wonderful women join our amazing community. So as it turns out, a client of mine came into work and invited me to the National Achievers Congress, which is this massive event where they bring lots of different speakers and trainers around the personal development need. And I went and joined. I was in the first row. I got to see Tony Robbins, which was my dream, and I was so excited. And I met the wonderful T. Harv Eker, and I loved everything he had to teach. And I decided to attend his event called the Millionaire Mind Intensive, and which was a 3-day intensive event. And I totally loved it. That's where I learned that, you know, money is only a result of your mindset, and that the more abundance you want to have in your life, the more you have to grow your mindset, and the more you have to grow yourself, because your income and the quality of your lifestyle can only grow to the extent that you grow yourself. So I decided to enroll for his package of seminars called Quantum Leap, which is a membership of about 12 to 18 months. And with different courses, you'll see amazing. In Amasssing, we have the same thing that we offer our retreats. Our next retreat, which is going to be in beautiful Cancun, Mexico, 22nd to the 29th of November. And so I decided to enroll into this, and I went through my journey. And as I was going through my journey, of course, it was hard because I had to find the time to take off work to attend the seminars, and at the same time still keep my job and my beautiful family. And I started growing so much. I started loving everything that I learned, and I didn't know in my head what it was that I wanted to do until I went to train the trainer, and I discovered that I wanted to be a trainer and that I wanted to impact other people's lives, but I still wasn't clear the exact niche or the exact topic. My topic was personal development, which is like a massive ocean, right? So I was like a little fish in this big ocean. I needed to get more clear. And so Emily's in Melbourne today, speaking of which is nice and cold over here. And I'm guessing for Goshen, Poland, it's summer. And so it is for Cynthia in San Francisco. So what happened is, as I'm going through my journey, I discovered that's what I wanted to do. But then, of course, I had this little chatter in my mind telling me, you can't do it. You have an accent. You're not good enough. Please let me know on the chat if you know what I'm talking about. If you have come across that little voice, that little chatter in your mind telling you that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, because it's all BS, okay? Once you manage to pass through that little voice, that's when you're out of your comfort zone into your growing zone, making a big difference and a big impact. And that's what I decided to do. After that, I went to Enlightened Warrior Training Camp, which is when I finally took all those layers of BS off me, and I got in touch with my true self, my higher self, because we are much more than this skin and this body that you can see. We're spirit, we're a higher power, and this is just a suit that we choose to wear in this lifetime. You know, your skin, the color of your eyes, the color of your hair, the way you speak, etc., etc. It's just a suit that we wear, but we are all the same inside. And that's when I finally got in touch with my higher self, deep deeply connected with myself. And that's when I had the courage for the first time to get up on a stage and make a public declaration to the world that I wanted to be a trainer. And to be a trainer for T. Harv Eker, it meant I had to attend this wonderful course called Making the Stage, which is every year in Thailand. And it's a $40,000 course for T. Harv Eker. And I had 3 months to prepare. And would you like to know what I had to do to prepare? Well, in those 3 months, it wasn't so much about the practicing or the writing. It was about me believing in it. So I used to wake up every morning at 5 and just sit in my bed and meditate and visualize a moment where all this became a reality for me. And I wouldn't get out of bed until I got that split second of certainty that I could do it and that I would manifest this into a reality in my life. Grab a drink if you don't have one. This is hot water. I like drinking hot water in the morning to detox my body. And so I put in my vision board. I'm a big fan of vision boards, and you can see I typically surround myself with beautiful canvases, colorful. Color inspires me being Mexican, and I have a massive big vision board in a canvas upstairs in my bedroom, and I put it in there, and I would look at it, and I would visualize, and I would meditate every morning. And I kept doing that every day for those 3 months until it was time to attend Making the Stage in Thailand. And even there, I would go and get myself grounded, barefoot on the feet, do my warrior declarations, and just get centered. Because do you know what? Whenever I feel fearful, scattered, doubtful, like I'm not good enough and I'm not sure that I can do this, every time I feel that way, it's exactly when I go and connect with myself and get grounded and meditate. Barefoot on the sand is great to connect with the energy of Mother Earth, hugging a tree, rubbing a rock on your hand, grabbing a crystal. As you can see, I have my beautiful crystal here. So whatever it is that you do to get yourself grounded, it's a really safe place to go. You don't need to rely on other people. You don't need to rely on other external situations or circumstances to allow you to feel strong. It's all within yourself. And I encourage you to try it whenever you're feeling that full of scare or, you know, with fear. Just go and get grounded, put some relaxing music, trust yourself, put your hands on your heart, and do anything that connects you with energy. Perhaps rubbing at the leaf of a plant, a rock, hugging a tree, walking barefoot on your grass if you don't have sand near you. Whatever it is, you will find that safe place that gives you the strength that you need and that you have inside of you. It's just finding the way to connect, to tap into it and to connect into it. So you can do it. I did that because I was so nervous I could barely sleep all week, because I knew this was the big moment and I only have one chance to make it happen. I only had one chance to manifest this and I couldn't afford to mess it up. So I started practicing. I wouldn't even go and eat. I would just ride because I knew my turn was coming. This is a very intimate event where you get to present one-on-one with some amazing trainers, and you know they get to criticize and break apart every single thing that you do to help you be better. They break you apart into pieces and then they put you back together, glue you up, because by then you're a bigger and better person. And that's what I did. And finally, the big day came where it was my chance to present in front of her. And I was so nervous. I couldn't sleep. I probably had black bags under my eyes because I hadn't slept all week. I barely eaten. But I knew this was my opportunity. I knew I wanted it so bad. And so when the chance came, I put my hand up, I jumped off my seat, said, me, I go first. And so if I went on the stage, I remember my legs feeling watery. Please share with me if you felt that moment where you're like, your heart's racing so fast that you can barely keep it inside of your chest and your legs are watery. And I just got up there. I found the courage to do it, and I went for it. And I was so nervous. I probably can barely remember what I said, but I'm sure a lot of it came out from my default. And this is the thing. When you want something so bad, you got to prepare. You got to practice. Why? Because when the time comes and you're so nervous, guess what? You consciously forget anything and everything. So your default, your automatic comes out. And that's anything that's in the back of your head, in your subconscious mind. So if you have practiced it enough, if you have visualized it enough, if you have meditated, if you have prepared, then it doesn't matter if you get really nervous and you forget everything, because it's all stored in your subconscious. So the default will bring it out for you anyway. But if you haven't taken the time to prepare and practice and ingrain it into your subconscious mind, then when you get so nervous, you forget and you just mess it all up. I hope this is making sense for you. It's very powerful. I hope you're writing things down. Grab a pen and paper if you haven't yet and start writing down. So this is what happened. It came out, and I obviously must have done well because Harv was impressed, and out of the 47 people in the room, they chose one person to start assistant training with them. And as you can probably guess, that one person was me. I made it a reality. I remember going back home, crying in tears, hugging my mom and my niece who were visiting from Mexico at the time, and my husband and my kids, going, oh my God, I worked so hard for this. I made it happen. It's a reality. It was so real. Like, I wanted to pinch myself to tell myself that it was true, because I wanted it so bad. I worked so hard, but I was so focused. I remember at the time, I eliminated all of the distractions out of my life in order to make this happen, because at the time I was trying everything and anything I could. I was like jumping for every shiny object that came my way. If someone said, look, this is great network marketing, I would go try it. Look, this is great internet marketing, I would go and try it. What about trading on the stock market? I would go and try it. What about real estate? I went and did everything. If someone sent me a video, anything they did, they would just send it. Thank you for engaging with me, Emily, on the comments in the chat. And when I finally became clear on what I wanted, I just put the blinkers on like a horse, and I said no, 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 and no. No to everything else. And I just stayed focused on the one thing I wanted, because I had to eliminate the distractions. Otherwise, when you don't eliminate your distractions, you're just leaking energy right, left, and center, jumping from one thing to the other. And let me tell you something. Today, the reason why women are not successful is because they don't put enough time and effort into it. They get distracted all the time. They start something and they don't complete it. They move on to something else. They move on to something else. And then you become the jack of all trades and master of none. And you're leaking energy everywhere you go. It's like you're dumping your energy. And so by the time it comes the time to do the things that you really want and that you really care about, you're exhausted. You're not even focused. You already forgot what it is that you want. Stop. Stop. You gotta concentrate on the one thing you want. Say no to everything else. You don't do list. Write this down. You don't do list is more important than your to-do list. Thank you, Gosha. That sounds like it's creative. Hopefully this is provoking some deep thoughts in yourself. It's not about the massive list of all the things you have to do. No, it's about the list of the things you don't need to do. Because you don't do list is more important. Write down all the things that you don't need to do. Cross them off, get them off your plate. And instead of using 10% of your energy on the things you want, bring back the whole 100% of your energy onto what you want. Whatever it is you want to do, you're going to have to stick to it day and night for at least 3 to 5 years. Don't tell me you tried it and it didn't work for a month. Don't tell me you tried it for a year and it didn't work. It's not long enough. You got to stick to it and give it all you've got for at least 3 to 5 years. And that's going to be one thing. Find out what's your one thing. Thank you. Gosh is saying distractions, even if interesting, really takes away the energy. That's right. Do you know how many people send me like this or that on Skype or WhatsApp or text messages or emails, videos, and watch it? It's awesome. Yeah, it might be awesome. Thank you very much. But right now, I only have 8 hours to dedicate to this task today. And if I go there, I only have 100% of my bucket of my energy, and I probably already used 20 in my kids or anything else. I only have 80% left. If I go and watch that video that is distracting me, then guess what? Now I just gave away another 10% of my energy. And I'm never going to get there. You're going to be spinning like a little mouse on the treadmill and you're never going to be there. Look, I get so passionate that my poor puppy is shaking. When I went, stop, stop, she was shaking, because that's what I say to her when she's about to go and attack another doggy, because she has a small dog syndrome. You know, she sees big dogs, so she goes and bites it. So cute. But anyway, I'm Mexican, I am Latin blood, and I get very passionate. And because I care so much about you, I want you to get the point. So that's what I did. And then, needless to say, after that, my life started changing. After 10 years, I managed to leave my full-time job, and I started traveling around the world, inspiring and supporting other people like it happened for me, and supporting, this is my passion, supporting women believe that they can do it, believe in themselves, have the confidence and the self-esteem that they need to make it happen. Because what happens is I started traveling around the world, I will have all these women come and approach me up on the stage and say, wow, thank you, you really inspire me. And when I ask, what did they do? What did they dream of? What were their goals? What did they want to achieve? And they share with me. And then I said, and what happened? Nothing. And I used to get so frustrated to see all these women that are so talented and full of gifts that could be so successful, but I realized they were lacking one thing. The mindset. They were lacking the confidence and the self-belief that they could do it. They needed that external reassurance and reinforcement that they're good enough. So I used to get so frustrated because I met all these women and I could see the gifts and the talents that they had, and they did nothing with it. And that's what really inspired me to create Amasssing and go, you know what, this has to stop. I've got to go out there and empower as many women as I can to believe in themselves, to help them raise the level of self-esteem and confidence so that they believe in themselves and they finally take the action to go out there and manifest their dreams and achieve all those goals. We have so many advantages over men, ladies. We can do so much more. We're powerful, we're strong. We can be doing 3 things at once. I know that it's said that multitasking is not good for you, but I'm sorry to tell you, if you're a mom, it's impossible not to multitask. Impossible. Of course it's not good. Of course you need your energy, but otherwise we don't get things done because our beautiful kids demand so much from us. So how many times you're breastfeeding and on the phone and trying to cook and, you know, do all these things and in the car while your kid at the back is reading the book or whatever it is, and that's fine. I pride myself on it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't have to. But we are so powerful. We are emotionally stronger than men. The only difference that is not in our favor is our hormones. Our hormones play up and down throughout the month. Guys don't have these. So they can be more stable throughout the month. We have our up and downs, and it's normal. We have the days that we just wake up feeling super pumped and inspired. I'm ready to rock the world today. And then days where we just wake up and we just think, why am I even alive? I just want to give up and throw everything. And that's okay. Don't hate yourself for it. Thank the universe and embrace it. Honor it and love yourself for being a female. It's okay, and you just need to learn to live with it and learn to use it to your advantage instead of letting it get on the way. And that's what I'm here for, to support you along the way. The more you grow your energy, the more everything else is going to grow in your life. I thought it wasn't possible to have both things, but it is. I am a living, walking evidence of that because I now have them both. I continue to have the lifestyle that I love so much, and I now have the time for my babies. I get to drive them and pick them up from school. I have a roster with a friend, the mother of one of my youngest daughter's best friend. And that's my luxury. I love being able to do that. I love the fact that I don't have to take my kids to school care anymore, to childcare or to before or after school care. I love that I can enroll them into the activities they love. My oldest daughter is so good at cheerleading. She loves it. And I feel very privileged that I can have the time and the finances to support her dream. and that I can have the time to pick her up from school and take her to her cheerleading classes. And same with my little daughter, that I can have the time and the funds to support her through her acting and singing that she loves, and for them to swim and to do sports, because I can have the time for that. I can work from home and I can do what I love. I'm doing what I love right now, inspiring other women around the world thanks to the power of technology in the comfort of my home. In the morning when it's suitable for me, when I'm bright, when I'm fresh, because I'm a morning person. If I attempt to do this at 9 p.m. at night, guess what? This is the Sandra you're going to get. Hey, ladies, let's go to bed and rest. But in the mornings, I'm fully charged. I'm a morning person. I'm bright and energetic, and I want to share all that magic with you. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to be here every Monday, 6 a.m. Brisbane time, or Sunday afternoon if you're in South America, North America, Sunday night if you are in Europe. It's going to be a little tricky for you, but don't worry, there's always going to be the replay that you can watch afterwards. However, it doesn't have the same effect. So if you can commit to making the effort to show up live, it's going to be more powerful for you. I want you to engage and not multitask. I want you to be present, taking notes, sharing in the chat like some of you are doing, which is awesome. And I want to share this with as many ladies as you can, because it's free. Anyone in the world can join. You just need to have an internet connection. You can do it from your phone, from your tablet, from your computer. You can do it if you're in the train. You can do it if you're driving. Just listen to me, don't watch me. And while you're in the train, while you're at the gym, while you're on your way to work, or when you're at home chilling, anywhere. I'm going to be doing it on Facebook Live as well, so you can just go onto my Facebook and click share, where you can see the video, and it can be shared in real time, live. So that way anyone in your profile can also go and see it. In your fan page, you can share it with anyone you love. Share the love. Help me help more women around the world, because that's my life purpose, and I feel very blessed that I was able to get in touch with it. My intention is to help you discover what your life purpose is, and if you already know it, to help you and empower you to live into it and to make a difference, and to help you be fulfilled if you've ever been in a place like I used to be a few years ago. That's my intention. Now, every week we're going to have a different topic. Okay, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to welcome you. I'm going to get you to introduce yourself on the chat. And then we're going to move, and that topic is going to be broken into 3 little parts of about 10 minutes each. So that's going to be the main section of the content. And then we can go on to sharing, asking questions, etc. towards the last 15 minutes. My intention is to keep these calls between 45 minutes to an hour. No more. We start on time, we end on time. So maximum it's going to be an hour. Hopefully sometimes it'll be a little less, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and we can do this every week. If you have any suggestions on topics that you would like me to cover, please send them my way. You can put them on the chat, or you can email me, or you can send a message on Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever it is. If you have my personal details, wonderful. If not, do it through here, or send us an email. You can send an email on info, INFO, at Amasssing.com, and I'm going to put it in the chat for you, info at Amasssing.com, and that will come through to one of my executive assistants, and then we can implement, follow your suggestions, and talk about that particular topic. Sometimes I'm going to have interviews. I'm going to invite some experts, people that are more expert than me in other topics, because, you know, I don't know everything about everything, and I don't want to. I want to stick to my one thing, remember? No distraction. So sometimes if it's a topic that I have a contact, someone that I know that is much better than me at this, then I will bring them and I will interview them so that you can hear from them as well. All right, so now with your permission, I would like to share with you right now how we can work together, because I know some of you are really, really committed to your personal development. And I think if you were watching on Facebook Live, unfortunately, this camera is probably out of charge and it's died. So hopefully you're watching inside the webcast so that you can still be connected with us. Okay, so I'm gonna move this wonderful camera out of the way. Although I think it's coming back to life. Let's just check. Okay, so this is what I want to do. I want to show you something that I have here. And with your permission, I'd like to share with you how we can work together, because some of you are really committed to these, and I want to make sure that I'm supporting you through it. So I want you to imagine for a second, what if I could hold you by the hand and guide you step by step through how to find fulfillment and purpose in your life? I have some beautiful and supportive women that are part of the Amasssing community, and they are committed to the personal development. They have attended retreats, they are members, we have accountability panels, we talk all the time. But there is another way. If you are not in the position where you can travel to join us for a retreat or anything like that for whatever reason, there are other ways where I can hold your hand and guide you step by step through how to find fulfillment and purpose in your life. Now, what if I took you to a place where you can be surrounded by other women that support you and nurture you and protect your confidence? Wouldn't that be amazing? Let me tell you, you might have your husband, your boyfriend, your dad, your brother who loves you and supports you, but they're not women. They'll never be able to fully understand what you go through and what it's like. So I want you to type yes in the chat if you see yourself doing this. Now, what if I gave you all the skills you need to feel confident in any situation, to increase your level of self-esteem so that you can feel absolutely sure of yourself and you can just feel the fear and go for it anyway instead of letting you stop? Type yes in the chat if you could do with more confidence in your life. What if I could erase those fears for you? What if I could give you a boost that would improve your charisma and the way you feel about yourself? Isn't that interesting to you? What if I could help you grow your natural skills so that you can finally manifest your dreams and become successful with all those goals that you have in mind? 80% of success is mindset. Only 20% is action. So if you feel like you've been spinning your wheels around, working so hard and not achieving your goals, guess what? It's because you're focusing on the action. You're not taking the time to grow yourself, to grow your mindset and be in the place where you need to be. You can't be a person of a level 5 energy and expect to receive things of level 8. You need to grow yourself first to vibrate at a much higher level of frequency of energy in order to attract those better things. So 80% of it is focusing on your mindset, growing yourself. Now, you don't learn mindset, you experience it. You don't go and read a book and learn it, you have to practice it and experience it. And this is what we do. This is why I have created the Amasssing Online Academy, which is 100 days experiential. It's not just about teaching you the theory that the book will teach you. It's about getting you to take an action every day, which is going to help shape your values, change your habits, and focus on the things that matter. We get you to experience it. This is why this 100-day online academy is very unique, because it's not just about the teaching. It's about getting you to do it, to practice it, and a difference for yourself. Once you have these skills, they are yours and you can continue to grow them for the rest of your life. Now, why 100 days? Well, enough time, just like the seasons of the year. It's enough time to ingrain new behaviors and habits into your subconscious and your cellular system so that you can experience permanent change. See the difference? It's not just doing it for a day. They say it takes 21 days to change a habit or to create a habit. I don't believe so. I think after 21 days, you still go back into it. So that's why 100 days, as long as the season, and I'm going to put it here for you. Let's see if you can see it. Okay. So there you have on the screen the Amasssing Online Academy. 100 days to totally transform the quality of your life, because we're going to work with your mindset. Once you have the mindset, that's already 80% of success. This is a day where you're going to hear from me every day in the form of a video. Don't worry, it's not going to be as long as these calls. It's only going to be 5 to 10 minutes. And from there, it's a new topic every day covering the 7 areas of your life. And from there, you get to apply an action every day so that you get to experience it yourself. You get to see the difference and what it's doing for you. So we're going to cover the 7 areas of your life: your personal growth and your spirituality, your relationships, your fun and freedom, free time, your career and your business, your money and your finances, your health, and your community and contribution. What do you do for the world? Who do you surround with? What community? Come and join me so you can surround yourself with a group of successful, amazing women. Now, let me tell you something. There is a 30-day money-back guarantee. If the quality of your life hasn't started to improve by then, your level of fulfillment, if you're not feeling better, stronger, and more positive, then guess what? You can get your money, full money back, no questions asked. It's only a single payment of $197 to work with me. If you were to work with me one-on-one in person, it would cost you about $2,000 per month. So this is awesome. You get to hear from me, to kick your butt, to push you, to accomplish your goals, to change your habits, and to set you up for success every single day for 100 days for only $197. You can hear from me for just this. And if you don't feel it's making any difference in your life, if you're not feeling any better, more focused, more supported, increasing your level of confidence and self-esteem, no worries, no questions asked. Come back to me in 30 days and I'll send you your full money back. We're starting on Monday, the 19th of September. Why? Because it's my birthday. I figure it's a Monday. It's the 19th of September. It's a good day. I was born, and I was born to maybe not change the world completely, but certainly to change the lives of many women and to help them be empowered and supported to achieve their dreams, their goals, and desires. If you have any questions, please type it in the chat for me. The offer is there. If you can't see it, or if you're on a Facebook Live, you can go to www.amassing with triple S, AMASSING.com/academy. Send your friends, send those women in your life you love. Tell them I've removed all the risk for them, because they can get the full money back. Thank you, Gosha, for saying yes. Emily saying great idea, as it takes up real estate in your head. Well, I hope you enjoyed the first one, ladies. We're going to be here every Monday, same channel, same time, to inspire you. I hope you got some inspiration and energy to start your week strong. Next week, we're going to write down specific goals, 3 of them, that you want to achieve for the week, and we're going to break them down. We're going to chunk them down for you so that you can achieve them for the next week. So today, just go and enjoy the high energy. You're probably going to come off this call buzzing with high energy and motivation. Go for it. Make your week count. Start by meditating in the morning. If you're on Sunday, start by meditating, getting focused on what you want. I look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same channel, so that we can talk about the 3 goals that you're going to set up for the week. Make sure you come with pen and paper, because it's going to be amazing. And please make sure you share this call with 3 women that you love. Share it in your social media. They can watch a replay on the same link that you registered. They can go watch a replay. And I hope you join us for the Amazing Online Academy, because we're about to start, and I promise you, it will totally change your life. For $197, 100 days, and money back guaranteed. Have a fantastic week. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next week.